So as we stated in yesterday's video, we're starting to be a little bit concerned about Danielle Hunter's health, and perhaps the Vikings aren't sold on depth at edge rusher. So a lot of options out there. Sign Clowney? Nah. But should they revisit the idea of trading for disgruntled Jaguars edge rusher Yannick Ngakuoe? Frankly, even though it involves giving up trade compensation, specifically high trade compensation, I still think Yannick is a better edge rusher than Jadeveon Clowney, specifically for the Viking scheme, as well as he's younger, as well as less injury risk, as well as everything involved. I'm not a big Clowney guy. Anyway, so let's talk about today. So Yannick is currently on his franchise tag, $17.788 million. Well, technically, he's not, because he still hasn't signed the tag, and the deadline for extension has come and gone. Jaguars still haven't dealt him as of yet. Vikings currently have about $12.5 million in cap space, so going to have to do some work there. Riley Reef could take a $4 million pay cut. And also, since that deadline has passed and he will be on the tag this season, can't extend him, right? So the Vikings can't play that game. As well as, so we got some clarification. Vikings can acquire Ngakuoe, even though they already have a franchise tag player in Anthony Harris. You can have two franchise tag players on the same roster, because teams can only tag one player a year. But once they're tagged and it's signed, that just becomes a normal contract, just a one-year deal. So it would be the Vikings tagging Harris, it would be the Jaguars tagging Ngakuoe and then trading him here. So it can be done. So some background on Yannick. 6'2", 246, 25 years young, just turned 25 March. Former four-star linebacker recruit coming out of the D.C. area. Decided to stay in the area, went to Maryland. Class of 2013. Was even teammates with Stephon Diggs for a year, which is cool. Played stand-up linebacker for 2 seasons, and then 2015, he was a breakout star as a true junior when they put him as a full-time hand-in-the-dirt defensive end, setting the Maryland single-season sack record with 13.5. Absolute stud, declared for the draft. Combine-wise, tested fine, but for a D-end, short, light, small arms, not great physical measurables. But the kid can get after it. He's got heart. He's got everything like that. But still, despite those deficiencies, was still taken in the 3rd round by the Jacksonville Jaguars, number 69 overall. Nice. 2016, Jaguars, as a rookie, he led them in sacks with 8. And also 2017, was his masterpiece. Put up 12 sacks, 82 pressures, plus a league-leading 6 forced fumbles. Made the Pro Bowl that season, his only Pro Bowl to date, and it was awesome. You did think that he was on the fast track to be one of the best edge guys in the league. Over the past 2 seasons, it's been sort of up and down, right? So 2018 had 8.5 sacks, 2019 had 8 sacks, respectively. He was facing a ton of double teams, and he was getting a bulk of attention from opposing offenses, even though, the last couple of years, Jaguars have had Calais Campbell in the mix. They've had Dante Fowler, even though he was terrible. It was very acrimonious with the Jaguars. It wasn't going to work out. It was headed towards a messy divorce. So the Jaguars, they franchise tagged him, trying to get something in trade, which is a pretty smart move, but he's never playing another down for the Jaguars. And Yannick, I actually think that he will take this one to the mat. He will call their bluff, and perhaps he will sit out the season if someone doesn't trade for him. So looking at trade compensation, like we said, it may be expensive, maybe a little bit expensive. So Dave Caldwell, the Jaguars GM, he does have patience with disgruntled players. Like, he waited forever to trade Jalen Ramsey. Eventually got 2 firsts from the stupid Rams. So are they going to get that for Yannick? Probably not. I think overall the market has been pretty quiet. When Ramsey eventually got traded, the market had been pretty hyped about him. But even though there was some mild interest from teams in March, seemed like maybe something would get done right after he got tagged. The free agency came and went. The draft came and went. Everyone's filling in their needs. So I'm not sure how many teams are actually in this derby. There might not even be any at this moment in time. So, I mean, the max I would go would be a first-round pick, like a singular, first-round pick. And, yeah, it does suck, but you figure that the Vikings will have a good season. It'll be a later first-round pick, as well as the Vikings are replete with compensatory picks. They're in line to get 3, as well as additional draft picks from trades, 2 extra fourths and an extra fifth. So that lessens the blow a little bit. And Spielman's not afraid to pull the trigger on some big-time deals right before the season, a la the Sam Bradford trade, first and conditional fourth for another team starting quarterback after Teddy's leg fell off, right? So, I don't know. First, maybe like a fifth or a fourth, worked in, throw in Chad Beebe, sure, but, man, it's rough. I mean, Spielman should at least call, just gauge what the market is like. Obviously, Caldwell's going to lie, but Spielman will be like, all right, so this is the best I can offer. I will give you a first. That is it. That table will be that offer will be on the table for a day. Just let me know. Click. Just do that. I think Caldwell will think about it, and maybe some other teams aren't biting. I mean, a lot of teams that had edge rusher need, they sutured it up in the draft, especially on day 2. A lot of edge rushers went then. So maybe the Vikings would be the only game in town, because Hunter's health concerns me. And even if he's good to go at the beginning of the year, is his tweak something that's going to linger all season, perhaps impact his quality of play as well as quantity of play? So, as well as depth concerns me. Love Afadi. I'm not sold on Holmes. I'm whatever on Eddie Yarbrough, like the future with DJ Wanham and James Lynch. Obviously bright, but it isn't shining through right now. And Yannick would be a nice rental for the season, at minimum, right? So even if the Vikings don't sign him long term, which, hell, if he comes in and performs amazing, pay the man his money. You'll be able to work it out. But if the Vikings have pick him up, plays on his franchise tag this year, walks in free agency, signs a massive deal with someone else, you get to play the Penn Story pick game. So the 2022 third-round pick you get in return, it's not bad. So basically, the cost of a one-year high-end defensive end rental is the difference between a 2021 first-round pick and a 2022 third-round pick. So whatever that value is on the trade chart, that for Yannick, you can make it work with the cap. Hashtag cap is a myth. It's something to be thought to be revisited, because Hunter concerns me, depth concerns me. Yannick is ready to go. Yeah. All right, so your thoughts, Vikings revisiting the idea of trading for Yannick Ngakuoe. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work? Post on the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.